Yo ho ho, AFC East Roundtable. Welcome to another edition of your favorite Wednesday night show with your favorite people to give you all of the updates that you could possibly need during the off season. As always, your Bills representative, Dan Mitchell. I'm sure that several of you probably understand how excited I am that the Buffalo Bills have the very first player in franchise history on the cover of Madden 24. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, haha, Bills are cursed. Listen, man, we were already cursed for a very, very long time. I mean,
Trash.
right now, trash, we already know he's in the background. And so our current stadium is built on an Indian burial ground right now. That probably is why we lost 4 straight Super Bowls. But now we have another curse, meaning that 2 curses together cancel out and meaning one thing and one thing only, Super Bowl bounds. Let's go ahead and squad. Richie, he's coming in live from Los Angeles.
What do you mean? I'm home.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's in LA, California with a wonderful green screen. What's going on?
Hey, you're on my cover, Dad.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. What's up, man?
What's good, everybody? We live right now on the roundtable. Always a pleasure.
Holy hell, man. Damn.
Screamed at you boys.
Dude, TD.
Was that loud? Is my mic too loud?
Yeah, you might want to go and turn it down a little.
I think one of my eardrums survived. One of my eardrums survived that. TD, what's good, man?
Man, it's just, sad day for football. Sad day for football.
Sad day for football-wise,
yeah. Madden cover, man. We'll get into it. Sad day.
We're gonna have to get into it. Tyson, what's up, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. Chew is trash.
I love that, dude. Starting off hot. Guys, listen, we have a absolute amazing announcement. So as many of you know, we tried telling you that the full package tickets to the first AFC East Roundtable event was completely sold out, and your last day was a couple of days ago. We just ended up getting some fantastic news that we have 20 additional spots at this point. Okay, so it's not too late for you guys to join us for not only the tailgate party, but also to sit with us in our section, Buffalo Bills, New York Jets, right in December, ready to go. So say, for example, that you do want to go ahead and buy your tickets. That link is pinned to the top of this chat. I've had several people in my Instagram DMs asking me, hey, Dan, I was a little late. Is there any opportunity that we can still sign up for this? This information, this opportunity of sitting with us and cheering on the Buffalo Bills or the New York Jets Monday Night Football on September 11th, you still have your opportunity pinned at the live chat. So go on ahead, knock that out, and please feel free to email us at afceastroundtable@gmail.com if you have any further questions. Pez Buff's coming in. He's excited about that. He's been telling me.
Let's go!
My ticket. I'm super excited. Can't wait to hang out with you guys. Yes, sir. Most likely. So hopefully, we'll be able to get our share of the open bar right before I have to go into MetLife and just drop $25 per Coors Light once I get in there. But here we are. Super, super excited about that. So there's a couple of things on the agenda for today. Number one, we wanted to give a few shout outs or some segments. First off, right to the Madden cover. I wanted to get the rest of the gallery's idea of whether or not they believe the curse is still alive, if it was broken. And then we also want to give updates about OTAs, some most recent moves that our teams have made, so we can give you a good idea. And then, of course, at the end of the day, we're going to welcome our Patreon members in for the Q&A section, which has low-key transitioned and evolved into you guys just coming in and screaming for a minute and a half. I'm just kidding. Anyway, Richie, what's going on, man? How do you feel about Josh Allen being on the Madden 24 cover of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to suck when I have to buy the game. I don't want Josh Allen. I'm like, Josh Allen every time I load up the screen. That part sucks. But in all seriousness, I think that the Madden curse has officially dissipated. I think Mahomes broke that curse. And it was a serious thing. And I think that Mahomes is the player to, right the wrong. But, hey, you never know. Curses don't die forever. They can come back. So from a Jets fan perspective, hopefully it does come back in a non-injury way, right? I'm not wishing anything like that. I'm just saying maybe he is trash, as TD does say. Maybe he does stink it up, and maybe the Madden curse happens again, and the Jets win the division. Yeah, I said that. Not the Dolphins or the Patriots or the Bills. But, I think that Josh Allen deserves to be on the Madden cover, though, just from the perspective of that he has been a star in this league. I do think that he has become, which is kind of interesting. I think this season, heading into last season, I think he was overhyped, and now I think he's overhated. To be honest, I think the tide has switched. I thought that Josh Allen was one of the more overhyped quarterbacks, and now he's becoming one of the most overhated quarterbacks, which I think very interesting. How you can go from one side to the other. I'm like, I don't see that much greatness with him, but he is a good quarterback, and then he kind of stunk it up in the playoffs a little bit, so now people are like, okay, he's a good quarterback, but he just needs to prove himself to make the right decisions when the pressure's at its maximum volume, and I think that he has a chance to prove that this year. And Josh Allen is, one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. You could say top 5 quarterback in the league. I can definitely say that with confidence. So he's a great QB, and I think that a player like that, after what he's done statistically and with the Buffalo Bills winning 3 straight division titles, he deserves to be the face of the Madden this year.
Oh my God. No, honestly, I can definitely relate to that because not only did Mahomes end up breaking it, but the following year when Tom Brady was on the cover, he also won the Super Bowl that year as well. So I think the curse is over, baby. I'm completely fine with it. What? Okay, King Cat is coming in. Oh, man. Miss you, TD. Master at work. You could take another vacation, but longer this time. Go Jets. Ooh. Ooh. King Cat, thank you for the donation.
King Cat hates any Patriots representative that we bring on here. He just hates the Patriots. I love it. King Cat, my man.
TD.
Appreciate you, King.
TD,
Yes,
how do you
sir.
feel about this whole situation, man? How do you feel about your arch nemesis, most
He ain't got no arch
athlete
nemesis.
in the league on that cover? Every time you load up Madden, you're going to see Josh Allen's face right in front of you. How do you feel about that?
First of all, ain't no arch nemesis. You got to be good to be an arch nemesis. But in all honesty, you know what? As I break this down, whoever's over at EA Sports with Madden, they're genius. They are genius putting Josh Allen on this cover because let's be honest, right? They couldn't go back to back with Mahomes, right? But they had better candidates. They could have went with Jalen Hurts. They could have went with Joe Burrow. They could have went with Tua, but that's neither here nor there.
They could have went with Tua. Yeah, right. They went with Sauce over Tua.
I don't expect y'all to get it because y'all are haters, but anyway. But they could have went with Hurts or Burrow. But you know what they said? This is why they're genius. They said Hurts gonna be great for 10 plus years to come. Burrow gonna be great for 20 plus years to come. Josh Allen ain't got no more greatness in him. Let's go ahead and throw him on. Let's go ahead and throw him on the cover now. Get the Bills fans riled up because we're not going to be able to justify him in the future. He's about to be trash. So they went ahead and got him one in because there will be no other chance for him to be there. This was his last chance, and they didn't even want to do it with all them picks. So they're genius. They're genius. Get him in now because you can see he ain't gonna be eligible no more. So they're genius. Good job on Madden. They're gonna make a lot of money, getting Buffalo fans riled up. And hey, man, it's just a great business move, man.
So these conspiracy theories, especially when you say
they're not a
he's going to be great for another 10 years, but Josh Allen, man, he's on his way out. While Jalen
Josh
Hurts
Allen
is
ain't been great yet.
style.
Josh Allen ain't been great yet. He ain't been great yet. He one little year with his year 3 or 4 with his little wide receiver weapon made y'all go delusional in the head. He ain't been great yet.
Oh man, just wait until this year, my friend. Just wait until this year.
You say that every year, Dan. You starting to sound like me.
I was just about to say, what about Dolphins in the Super Bowl for the past 4 years? But here we are.
We winning it this year, baby.
Oh, what are your thoughts, man?
I don't really have any thoughts, to be honest with you. Madden is a trash game anyway, so I guess it's perfect that Josh Allen's on the cover of it.
Ooh, man. And so, I mean, it's a bad game. It definitely is. But, I mean, honestly, I think the guy deserved it 110%. I mean, last year threw his entire team on his back with an injured elbow. Still somehow ended up winning the division 13-4. I think that's impressive. It tells me that he's a dog. Dogs only on the Madden cover, baby. I love it.
I don't think that the Madden curse really matters, being that the Bills are cursed in itself. So him being on a Madden cover doesn't really affect anything if you believe in curses.
Exactly. Like I'm saying, these two curses are colliding. So these two curses are colliding, and hence they cancel each other out.
Why do people really think he's good though?
He's an elite quarterback, TD.
I mean, you look at the stats. He has good numbers, TD. He's got good numbers, and they win divisions. They win divisions. He goes to the playoffs, and he is.
And what he do in the playoffs every year?
You got to be a good quarterback to get to the playoffs, though, TD.
He blows it for his team every year, and he's the reason.
He's the reason
they lose in the playoffs every year.
Hey, TD, notice how I'm using the good word, not great. You notice that?
Yeah. Okay, first off, not only
okay, he's good. You got to admit that, TD. He's a good quarterback. Come on. So you can say that at least.
Yeah.
He's above average.
Is this dude the only quarterback that has thrown for 4,000 passing yards, 30 passing touchdowns, and 8 rushing touchdowns in a season? He did that twice.
Can't call a coin flip, right?
No debate, baby.
I mean,
the coin flip shit. Come on.
If you were, if you were going to put Tua on the cover, I mean, what would the cover be? Gang signs. He won't even be able to. He won't even be able to last an entire Madden season, let alone a
Tyson,
football season.
you a Tua hater because he better than Mac Jones, and now you're mad at Mac Jones and you take everything out on him because he's not better than Tua. It's that simple.
Now, one Madden cover I would buy from the Dolphins would be like, so that scene from Mike McDaniel like hitting the vape, like Madden 24. Like I'd buy that one.
You know what's funny? I think the Dolphins are the only team in this division that hasn't had a player featured on the Madden cover.
Ooh.
Because I remember Brett Favre was on the Madden cover as a Jet.
Brett Favre, baby.
Tom Brady on the Patriots.
It was a Packers Brett Favre too.
And the Dolphins have yet to have a single player ever in the history of Madden on the cover. Ever. It's never been done.
What's your point? I thought
what does that say?
I thought it was a trash game.
Oh yeah, I mean the game is trash, but the players on it aren't.
It's the accolade.
Because we play team football where no one man is bigger than the team. How about that?
And how does that work out? This team football these past few years, TD?
Ain't no different for Buffalo.
It's definitely a lot.
If you ain't winning the Super Bowl, what does it matter?
Somebody said Ricky Williams was on the cover of NFL Street.
Well, we do got to give a shout out to Pez Buff because Pez Buff, he's coming to our week 1 event and he just sent in a $10 super chat that's been on the screen for these past few minutes. Bills versus Jets, can't wait. Go Bills. AFC East Roundtable. We're the hashtag the Dirty Crew. Cheers. We can't wait to meet you, my man.
I owe TD a debt, and that was I owe him a debt based on I need to bow down to Tua. So if you come to this event, I'm going to be there. I'm going to bow down to Tua and the Dolphins fans at the event while it's live streamed. So that's more incentive for people to buy tickets if you're going to want to see that live.
I don't believe him. I don't believe it. I believe it when I see it.
Listen.
It's the bow down. We have some more super chats we got to get to right before we start discussing things that we learned in OTAs. We got my boy Mel coming in saying, also Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu also broke it. Interesting. I feel like we should do like a special episode of going through the curse and seeing exactly who ended up breaking that whole situation. What else we got, Richie?
This is a separate chat. He sent 2.
A separate chat. Tua on Madden with Will Smith concussion character. Oh. Interesting.
Wow.
Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it.
And what team does this person represent?
He's the Patreon member. He's you know him.
Oh, I see. Guy. Oh, see how dirty y'all Bills fans can be? That's all right. Now if I say something about DeMar Hamlin on the cover, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna leave it alone.
And so Mel has 2 more. Mel, thank you so much for everything you donated. We saw that. It's totally awesome. Yeah, the Josh Allen has the most touchdowns in his first 5 years ever. Absolutely love it. Beautiful thing.
Pez Buff is saying, get your tickets, peeps, and smash a like button. Let's go. We want Bills fans. We want Jets fans. We even want Dolphins and Patriots fans coming to week 1, baby. Pez Buff will be there. He's pumped up.
We want absolutely everything. Nick T is coming in as well, saying Dalvin plus Breeze. Oh, wow. Dude, this whole show is just going to be us reading super chats.
Hey, y'all ain't getting no Dalvin Cook. Y'all need to stop.
Oh, Dalvin and Brees. Okay, let's talk about this. Shout out to my man Nick. I'll tell you, I'll straight up say this. I had never expected the New York Jets to be interested in considering a Dalvin Cook. But this is a new era that I'm in with these Jets, and I'm realizing they're never satisfied. They never satisfy. All I heard, Dolphins, Dalvin Cook. Dolphins, Dalvin Cook. All right, let the Dolphins have him. Oh, wait, the Jets are involved? You better hope, Dolphins fans, that the Jets don't somehow land Dalvin. That's all I'm going to say.
Who cares?
It's funny. It's funny the hypocrisy from Jets fans. It's funny that Cook was all in the media about Miami, and all we heard from Jets fans, oh, ain't nobody need a washed up older running back anyway. X, Y, and Z. Plenty of Jets fans, and one little mention of him coming to the Jets, and all of a sudden, oh, we get Cook. It's over. Y'all, listen.
Hey, I didn't say that though. Hey. I
can't wait for the Jets to win 6 games. It's going to be the most beautiful thing ever.
Put money on it right now.
Let's go, Richie.
Let's go right now. I bet you $1,000 the Jets win more than 6 games.
250 right now.
250 the Jets win more than 6 games.
250 right now. All right. $2.50. Shake. Got it.
I'll take that 250 though, baby.
I want my money too.
And my money. I'm holding you accountable, baby.
Hopefully at the end of the season.
Clip this, chat. We got a $2.50 that the Jets will get 7 wins and match their win total this year.
Somebody donate my $250. I ain't got it.
B. Lopez. Hey, Richie. To you and the crew, let's go Jets. P's Aaron Rodgers is going undefeated. Oh, this TD is giving me that $250 if that's the case, baby. No. B. Lopez with this generous $20 donation, my man. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's go Jets.
Let's go, Jets. That's absolutely right. And then one last one from Mel came in as well. I've heard the DeMar stuff from Finns fans all week. Okay, you know what?
We're not going to get into that, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Let's argue amongst ourselves in the chat. Let's be nice, my boy. Let's do it. All right.
Nope.
All right, so here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. OTAs is, for the most part, wrapped up. I do want to start off with Richie since they canceled their mandatory minicamp. Richie, what the hell's going on with that, my friend?
Yeah.
So I feel like that was completely out of left field. What's going on?
Yeah, do you know why they're doing it?
Why's that?
The Jets are in the Hall of Fame game this year, so they have to report to camp a week earlier than usual. So Robert Saleh wants to give the Jets enough time to rest. He wanted to give them enough time to have a week off and then go back and train on your own when you're in that July stage of just training individually away from the camp. So since the Jets are playing on August 3rd, the first preseason game of the year, he decided to that they got enough work in the OTAs, and he does not want the Jets to have an extra week of training. He wants to give them the same amount of rest and the same amount of time practicing as the rest of the league.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, very interesting.
Excuses is a reason.
Yeah, so I thought I read rumors or something like that, but Rodgers said that he wasn't going, so they just wanted to cancel it just because they didn't want that.
Yeah, I mean that is a perfect example of media creating nonsense and people reading something fake and running with it.
I love it. What else has been going on with the Jets over in the OTA world, man?
Yeah, so basically the Jets in the OTA world has been pretty awesome. Just from as a Jets fan watching Aaron Rodgers throw dimes. I mean, I know it's probably not really entertaining to Bills fans and Patriots fans and maybe even Dolphins fans, but as a Jets fan that's been waiting to have a quarterback that actually freaking throw a spiral and throw a football, it's just beautiful to watch the man out there on the field throwing football in t-shirt and shorts. Other than that, man, the content's been great from the Jets team. Flight 23, the documentary's been great. Something actually interesting that I think you guys would be interested in is that HBO might be forcing the Jets to be on Hard Knocks, and that's something the Jets don't want to do because we have our own production team that is freaking elite. They are Oscar award winning. They came out with Flight 23 that has over 500,000 views on YouTube, and we don't need Hard Knocks as a Jets fan. We have the best production team in the NFL to give us the best content that we can. So the NFL is forcing the Jets to be on it, and that hasn't been announced yet. Usually Hard Knocks is announced in March, and we're in here in June. So that's something to keep in mind because obviously the NFL thinks that the Jets are the talking point of the league, which we are, so they want us to be on there. But other than that, OTAs has been smooth. Aaron Rodgers has been killing it, and it's exciting times, man. We're just waiting for that Quinnen Williams extension to hit and go into training camp with high vibes.
Hey, quick question for you, Richie. How much do you think that Quentin Williams extension is going to be per year?
Yeah, so the holdup isn't the money per year, it's the length of the contract. So basically, Quinnen wants it to be 4 years. The Jets want it to be 5 years. Because Quinnen, from his perspective, he thinks that after that 4-year deal, he wants to cash in again. But the Jets want to link him in. So I think the AAV is going to be the second highest paid defensive tackle in the league behind Aaron Donald. So I think it's going to be 24, 25 per, around that range, which is very worth it. What's that face over there?
No, it's hefty. I'm just trying to get a gauge with Christian Wilkins. It's going to be less than him, but we're dealing with...
Look at the Ed Oliver contract. I think Wilkins will probably do more than that. I mean, definitely. They literally set the market. Every defensive tackle.
Again, annually?
He got something. Well, like it was $68 million overall, and then it's like $45-46 million guaranteed for like a 4-year extension going into it. We'll get into it once I talk about the Bills, but
so that's 17 per. So Wilkins maybe 19 to 20.
Yep. So DeMar playing week 1 also adds to the right to the Monday Night Football headlines. 9-11, A-Rod first game, and DeMar possibly back in the 2 best teams in the AFC on Natty TV.
Is DeMar a starter?
It's got to be a spectacle. No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he's not a starter. He may. I'm going to have a couple of snaps, but for the most part, yeah. For TD, we sweep the Dolphins.
Yeah, Tony. Let's go, baby. Let them know, Tony.
I said send 250, not 199.
What's going on? Yo, TD, what's going on with the Dolphins? OTAs.
Oh, my God. OTAs are lit. I mean, it ain't nothing but Super Bowl vibes all in the building. Tua stepping up, becoming a leader, finally taking a group, getting on guys, making sure that they have clean practices. He's really becoming a leader now. Those are the reports. He's doing his job. One thing that I love about what we're hearing out of OTAs, the backup quarterback play is really, really strong, and that's not common. And that's just in case something does happen to Tua. That's always a threat. But we're having really good backup quarterback play. A lot of guys are really shining, but again, it ain't much to look at until the pads come on. I think we're finding a really good option in our number 3 wide receiver in Chosen Anderson. He's been playing very well.
Chosen Anderson. I'm sorry, but that just really weird to me still.
Hey, we're going to show you how to use him, Richie.
Robbie.
Chosen Robbie. However he wants to.
No, it is Chosen. He changed his name, but it's just weird. Like when you said that, I didn't click who that was. I'm like, oh shit, that's Robbie Anderson.
but it's great vibes, man. I just think right now the only dilemma in Miami is the contractual situations. Something that was a revelation that dropped, a bomb revelation that kind of dropped on fans recently. Man, we got 28 players on the projected 53 that are unrestricted free agents next year. So that shows you the Dolphins built this team to win to this year. And if it all fails, we can hit the reset button right away. So we got to make the most of this season. There's no situation we can miss the playoffs, because if we do, you're going to see the Dolphins make a hard reset immediately, because that's the way the contracts are lined up, because we got too many young players we got to pay coming forward for the near future. But yeah, outside of that, it's just, they're putting the work in to make sure that they can win the Super Bowl and then think about having a dynasty, and it's that simple.
I love it.
Jesus Christ.
Ty Kendall's coming in saying, sorry if anyone's already talked about this, but with Chase Young pretty much being confirmed to be on the trade block, would any of y'all be willing to trade for him? I am not convinced that any of us could afford him, maybe outside of the Patriots.
Dolphins could.
The Patriots are the only team that have enough money to be able to bring him onto that squad.
No, the Dolphins got money. We got
money. The Jets have the 3rd most money in the league right now this season. There's no way the Bills could entertain that at all.
We have a lot of unseen money right now, because we got 4 people that needs to get their extension this summer, and once those extensions go through, we can clear up literally over $30 million, man.
Absolutely.
But it's going to tie us up for the future, so that's why we're having issues right now signing people. And we got a holdout. I almost forgot. We got a valuable holdout in camp. Out of the 90 guys, 89 of them showed up. And this one kind of hurts because it's an important guy. It's Connor Williams, our center. And right now, we got a center that we know not going to start at center playing in OTAs. We got a left guard who's playing center right now who needs to be at left guard in OTAs. You already got Armstead. They're not trying to have him out there working. So this O-line's not getting any continuity right now in Miami. That's one thing I don't like about what's going on. But hopefully they can get a deal done so when we come into training camp, we can get right back at the Super Bowl race, baby. Let's go.
Love that. So now we have Tryhard7 coming in. Said should have been Josh Allen and Jared Goff sharing the covers. They have basically the same stats. Deserved. So I'm not a big fan of shared covers. I will say that I do like Jared Goff a lot, and so I'm super high in the Lions this year. But hey, man. So I'm assuming you're a Lions fan. So we really appreciate you tuning in. But nah, man. It's just Josh Allen on the cover this year, and I love every single second of it.
Josh more like Baker Mayfield to me.
He's more like oh, is that right? Is that right? And so I heard Tua has a tugboat now.
Next comment.
Via DM.
What did I say that?
What does that mean, TD?
I think he's talking about the weight gain, but man, it's camera angles, man. He fine.
He's spitting now.
It's camera angles.
He's just putting up on some. He making his body ready for contact.
So Denver Smith is saying that be sure to send JA a Father's Day card this year.
Oh my gosh, y'all are so delusional.
Ball and B Money is coming in. Tua is buff and tatted. Watch out, NFL. Oh yeah.
Ooh, Ball and B Money know what time it is.
Super Bowl confirmed for sure. Mutt Vials, my guy's coming in saying, I can't wait to watch the Heat lose in the finals, the Panthers lose in the Stanley Cup, and the Miami Dolphins miss the playoffs for the most suffering a city can go through. That would be better. That's gold. That's gold, man.
Richie, what you laughing at? Your team ain't even make it this far.
What do you mean? We're going to go farther than you this year. Jets over Dolphins.
The Knicks ain't farther than the Heat.
Fan, by the way. And so TD's a Celtic.
You're not even a Heat fan. You live in Miami rooting for the Boston Celtics. What kind of nonsense is that?
Don't you dare, TD.
I support the Celtics, and I feel like they were the better team.
They were the better team.
And they were, but hey, they lost.
What?
So they weren't.
Whoa. I don't care who's the better team. You root for the Boston Celtics over your hometown Miami Heat.
Listen, I don't have nothing against the Heat. I like the Heat. The problem is I just tell Heat fans they don't have enough to win a championship this year, and they get mad at me. But I don't have. I'm just being honest to people. I don't have anything against the Heat. I root for the Heat. I just think they need more stars.
So if the Celtics were the better team, how did they not beat them?
Coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So the Knicks were the better team than the Heat too.
No. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Y'all just had a little gremlin running around doing magic tricks that got y'all as far as y'all did.
Who, Brunson?
Brunson, exactly.
A gremlin. All right, well, we're talking ball now. We got to get back to ball.
Hey, you're right. Let's go.
Yo, Tyson, what's going on with the Pats? Is there anything that we need to know about the off-season activities?
I was really hoping that you would skip over me, but I guess I'll indulge in these.
Tell us how good Mac Jones looks.
First of all, Patriots are back to their cheating ways. They got 2 OTA practices taken away because they were cheating. So the one thing that I'm happy about is that I already know that we can't win without cheating. So at least they're trying to do something to get back to where they were. But at the end of the day, Mac Jones is still the quarterback. The only positive coming out of OTAs from what I've seen is that Christian Gonzalez is like a number 1 corner, and he's shutting down everybody. So at least they probably hit on a first-round pick for the first time in forever. That's the one thing I am happy about. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it till the end of until he's gone. This team is nowhere near anywhere other team in this division until they get rid of Mac Jones. Mac Jones is by far the worst decision this franchise has ever made. There is nothing he could possibly do to ever convince me that he is the quarterback. I don't care if he goes out there next season and gets us to the playoffs or wins a playoff game. There's nothing he could do at this point to sell me on him. He
Super
is
Bowl?
what he is. No, because if we win next season, it's going to be because the defense and because they've gotten the best out of what Mac Jones is, which he most likely the best his ceiling is a system quarterback that won't turn the ball over and can throw in spots, but he's never going to be an elite passer. He's never going to have an elite arm. So the only way the Patriots are going to be competitive next season is if they go out and do what they've been doing in the early years of Tom Brady before he was elite, which was build the defense from the front, from the back to the front, because we all know their defense right now, the strength of it is going to be probably most likely be the secondary and a little bit of the pass rush. So I'm thinking the only way the Patriots are going to be competitive next season is to have a top 5 defense, and hopefully Bill O'Brien can turn the offense around into helping Mac Jones make better decisions. But as far as the future goes, I'm rooting against the Patriots. I hope they lose every game next season. I don't want to go 0-17, but the best path forward right now is for the Patriots to completely suck next season so we can get rid of Belichick, put Gerard Mayo as the next head coach, because the worst part about where the Patriots team is now is they're a middling team, and that's the worst place you can be as a franchise. Is you're not bad enough to have a top 5 pick and get a franchise quarterback, and you're not good enough to be a contender. So you're middling. You're going to be on the outside looking in. You might, if you're lucky, you'll get a wild card spot. But other than that, I don't see the Patriots doing anything this offseason OTAs, regardless of what they do in training camp, or regardless of if they go out and get a DeAndre Hopkins. I don't see the Patriots doing anything that could possibly make them a competitive football team or even a contender. Like I said, they might be competitive, but that's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is Mac Jones completely gets exposed next season, and he won't have a Matt Patricia to lean on to make excuses. So next season, when the Patriots go out there and suck next season, he won't have anybody to blame but himself, because he would have the offensive coordinator that he can't hide behind anymore that he did last season. So this season is very uninteresting for me. I understand that we're the worst team in the division. As far as that, as much as that pains me to say, we are the worst team in the division, barring some epic circumstance where, I don't know, I guess the Jets fall out or the Dolphins have a bad year, which I don't see happening. Other than that, we're just middling, and as much as that pains me, it's the truth. So if you ever see any Patriots fans, delusional Patriots fans, in the comment section trying to lie to people and saying that Mac Jones can do this now because we have an offensive coordinator, they're straight out lying. And they're going to find out the hard way next season, and they're most likely disappear when I come on here on my soapbox and tell them I was right all along. So that's pretty much where I am when it comes to Patriots.
I'll say this. It got to be tough. This is I ain't going to lie, with the Patriots, this is the worst position that a team can be in. You got a team, and they could end up being a repetitive middle of the road team, and people don't, like, most fans don't realize how much that sucks. Like, people would be like, how could you wish that we don't win? But at the end of the day, Jets know what it's about, Dolphins know what it's about, Buffalo do too before that bum. But just winning 7 to 10 games every year and missing out on the playoffs, that's worse than getting new hope. And the longer you live in that realm of 7, 8, 9 games and just keep on missing, it's the most depressing thing, man. That's why I'm one of those same people. Either go for broke or retool the whole thing. But the Patriots look like they're trying to stay in the middle.
And that's why I have immense respect for what the Jets and the Dolphins are doing in the division. As much as I hate them, I got to be realistic. With the Dolphins, they understand what they have. They're going for broke. At least they're trying. At least they're making trades. They're making moves in free agency. And they understand what Tua is. But Tua, if you surround him with the amount of weapons that he has at his disposal as of right now, I think that Tua can be very successful, and they understand that, which is why you're seeing Miami making a lot of moves, which is why it wouldn't surprise me if you guys go out and get a Dalvin Cook. As a matter of fact, you should be disappointed if you don't go out and go for broke and get as much as you need, because at the end of the day, you're in a Super Bowl window. And if you're in a Super Bowl window, it shouldn't matter to you what the cap is. And as far as the Jets go, they're doing the exact same thing that the Dolphins are trying to do. They're loading up with Aaron Rodgers, which is why, if you're a Jets fan, you should be very excited. You should go out and go for broke right now. You should go out and get everybody you can, because at the end of the day, your Super Bowl window is very, very short, especially in the National Football League where there's a lot of turnover. And the Patriots understand where they're at least. They know that you're not going to go out and make splashy trades or splashy free agent moves. And then, because if that was the case, then that would assume that the Patriots are going to go for broke and they're trying. But they understand you're in a division with the Josh Allen Bills, Aaron Rodgers Packers, and the Tua Dolphins that are loading up that entire roster around him to surround him to make him a better quarterback and hopefully get that elite level out of him. I think the Patriots and Robert Kraft understand this, and which is why, if you're a Patriots fan, you have to be absolutely disgustingly delusional if you think we're going to be able to compete this year in this division. It's just not going to happen. As much as it pains me to say, as you hear it in my voice, I know the truth and I know the facts, which is why you can't really get upset at me, Patriots fans, for not getting excited about this team, because I know where this roster is. This is not a championship contending roster. Wait a little bit down the line. Maybe the Jets, for some reason, don't have the season that they have, because one of these three teams in the division is going to shit the bed. And they're going to shit the bed in epic fashion. But that still doesn't mean that the Patriots are going to leapfrog them as far as becoming a contender. But I would say you have to wait it out in this division. You have to wait it out. If you're the Patriots, you have to wait it out for a few seasons and then load up, because you're just not in a position to do that right now. And it would be stupid to try to load up right now, because even if you were to load up, you don't have the quarterback to get you there.
Well, let's be honest here, because you said a lot of things that were correct. But ladies and gentlemen watching right now, let's take a moment to be freaking honest, okay? The Buffalo Bills loaded up. They loaded up for 3 years straight, and their window is closed, but y'all forgetting that.
It's not
it's closed. It's closed. Y'all are forgetting that. Y'all gonna find out. Y'all gonna find out this year how closed it is. No. Y'all know. We've been saying it for 3 years. Y'all got 3 years. 1 year went by, Josh Allen was trash. 2 years go by, he was trash. 3 years go by, he was trash. And the window is closed, and now y'all out here robbing Peter to pay Paul, thinking that you can keep the same nucleus. This team ain't the same. The Jets have leapfrogged you, and the Dolphins have leapfrogged you. In the matter of fact, the Patriots might get one win on you.
You have said the same thing for 3 to 4 years. And
no, I've said for 3 years the time is now. I didn't say y'all window was closed. This is the first time I'm saying your window is officially closed, because last year I told y'all better get it done right now. You don't get it done now, you won't get any better. And you ain't get better. Y'all ain't get better.
Buffalo Bills are most certainly got better this offseason.
Y'all ain't getting no better. You lost.
No one's talking about how good we got. You know what I mean? It's just casual fans.
Some of these players got older, washed.
Listen, man. And so I wouldn't have taken you for a casual, bro. The Buffalo Bills have gotten significantly better.
Take you for a casual.
Bro, everybody knows, Dan, that this is the year that Buffalo gets leapfrog, and it probably is going to happen with two teams, the Jets and the Dolphins.
Oh, man.
Y'all might win 9 games, and if you win 10, you might get the 7th seed if you're lucky.
Oh, man. Holy hell.
I will say this regarding the division. Regardless if a team like the Jets or the Dolphins leapfrog the Bills, I don't think it really should matter to the Bills if they win a division or not, because their entire thing is to try to succeed in the playoffs. Because I can honestly see the Jets or the Dolphins winning division and the Bills getting a wildcard spot and going on the run, though. So at the end of the day, whether the Bills win a division or not, it's kind of irrelevant when it comes to their recent failures in the playoffs. And for the team like the Bills that need to be building for the playoffs and not worrying about early season successes like they have in the past, and stop worrying about seeding, because we've proven last year that even having home field advantage, which they did, they couldn't beat the Bengals. But I really could see the Jets or the Dolphins taking a division, and that's not slighting the Bills, because I think Bills fans shouldn't be worried about winning a 4th or 8th division. They should be worried about getting to a Super Bowl. And I honestly believe that if the Bills, even if they don't win a division, I believe that they need to really try to calculate how they're going to be able to win in the playoffs when it matters the most.
Damn. Damn, man. Well, I mean,
Listen, the master at work that you guys know is dead. Okay, I've had a lot of stuff happen to me personally, and as far as the Patriots go, I can't no longer sit here and lie to these people. Um, the
Stop
Patriots
lying to
are
these
what
people.
they are. And as far as one more thing regarding the Patriots, listen, they'll be competitive. They'll win a couple of games they're not supposed to. They might even split with a few teams in the division. But if
Buffalo.
we're just looking at it from a realistic standpoint here, the Patriots are not a contending team. There's nothing that could possibly happen, not even by a miracle, that they will be a contending team. There are literally only 4 or 5 teams I see in the AFC being contenders, and I honestly do believe if Tua plays to his potential, because now he really doesn't have an excuse. If Tua can play up to his potential
Super
and
Bowl.
what he did last season, in which barring is he has to stay healthy. I don't care what Tua does. If Tua stays healthy, I think the Dolphins can be a very scary
Super
team.
Bowl.
I'm not going to go that far because I do need
And
to
you
see
ain't got to. I
some
can hear it in your
success.
voice. I ain't expecting you to say it, but I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, man. I know where the Patriots are in the division. I'm not going to lie and be delusional, but I do see the Jets and Dolphins giving the Bills a run for their money within the division this year.
Yeah, nobody expect the Patriots to be able to compete with these 3 rosters. I mean, maybe you have a slight chance with Buffalo, but the other 2 rosters, nobody can see the Patriots competing. If Patriots fans think that y'all gonna be competing, you're just simply living off of the Bill Belichick mantra. That's all you're doing. You just don't want to sleep on Belichick. And I ain't gonna lie, I've heard that for 2
exactly.
years now, and it ain't amount to nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys want Danielle Hunter? Dan, you're muted. King Cat, feasible for any of our teams?
A defensive
what's up
end?
with Daniel Hunter? Feasible for any of our teams? For the Buffalo Bills, I think that we are completely out of any race when it comes into adding another big name. I think that that has been like that was the bell rung round the world once we ended up extending Ed Oliver, and then we brought in a couple of more pieces this week as well. I think that the Buffalo Bills are riding with exactly who is on their roster right now. I don't see us just being a contender for this name. Would be nice, and so I definitely wouldn't say no to him, but I just don't see being sort of rolling the dice on that.
Yeah, and the Jets are stacked at that position. We're good.
We're stacked too, but I could see Miami doing something like this just to load up, man. You can't have them. Our coach always says you can never have enough pass rushers, and this is a good one. I wouldn't be surprised if we really loaded up like that and went out and made a move like this. It depends on what a type of deal would be. If Miami would be interested, I think they feel they're set, but for the right deal, man, we could possibly do something like this just to be loaded. Now you talk about superstars fighting over playing time.
I think the only thing the Dolphins need to do, if they're going to load up, I think they need to go and trade out for a big offensive lineman. I think they need some assurance at that, because from a Patriots perspective, I think Isaiah Wynn is probably the worst option, and God forbid he's going to be the one to protect Tua, because if you know anything about Isaiah Wynn, he's an absolute bum. He's probably one of the worst picks we've ever had in our history. God, I really hope it doesn't come to this, because Tua's going to end up really getting hurt if Isaiah Wynn is out there protecting him. So if I'm the Dolphins, I would throw everything at another lineman to try to protect Tua, because that's really the only thing that's kind of holding the Dolphins back is his health, and you need somebody to protect him. You know, you guys have enough stars right now, enough pieces around him where you can be successful, but you don't want to be in a situation where a tackle misses a block and Tua's blindsided. I think the Dolphins really need to look into beefing up that line.
Yeah, but you know what? This is all going to end up on our coach, Mike McDaniel. He out here preaching that we got enough. And I ain't gonna lie, low key, a lot of Dolphin fans are expecting us to shock us before the season starts with some type of late July or early August move on the O-line. But if we go into the season with this O-line, we're just living off of more hope that nobody gets hurt. Because the first person that goes down, we already gonna have, an average at best line, but the first person that goes down it's a train wreck from there. we're just hoping that we bring one more person in that's actually a starter type guy.
That's a beautiful thing. Hey, listen, we have a couple of super chats we wanted to get into. Let's go ahead and knock that out right before we get into the Buffalo Bills moves and some of the major news that is went around one Bills drive. Starting off with Ty Kendall saying that I've said it before, Mac Jones is a slightly worse version of Andy Dalton, and the Pats are in the same position as the early 2010s. Bengals, hot take there. Far from close. Bills got better. Mel always coming in, letting the boy know. And so I will always remember the Bills GM whining about the Bengals' talent, like y'all passed on T. Higgins, y'all passed on Tyler Boyd. You could have had these guys. Y'all just suck at drafting Ty Kendall. That is one of the worst takes I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Definitely another casual.
Sounds good to me.
Definitely another casual in the chat paying us to tell us his casual take. Move on. Thank you. Fun King Cat. And so on a positive note, I appreciate the dedication to your craft master at work. Sounds like you aren't at 100% yet. You were still on stream. I wish you nothing but good health. We still ain't cool, though. It's funny. It's funny because, like, I know that like those wildfires up in Canada are like destroying the Northeast, and I have been destroyed for the past 2 days. Like, I thought I had COVID or the cold, but even South Carolina has like bad air conditions. So I'm sure all of you are probably getting screwed. Except
our air quality up here is so bad where when I went outside today I could barely breathe. That's how bad it is.
Dude.
And I live right next to Canada, so it's bad, bro.
Yeah, I got that JA virus, the Josh Allen virus.
Dude, it's killing me. And like I'm like in South Carolina and so the air quality's that bad from down here. Bills Mafia are the first fan base on the Madden cover deluxe edition. TD, keep doing bubble wrap for that beatdown. I like that.
Is that the actual official cover?
That's a deluxe edition cover.
Yeah.
So that's a secondary cover.
Yeah, regular cover is just a close up of JA. All right.
It don't even look good. It's one of the weakest covers that I've ever seen though.
Of course you'd say that. All right. All right. That is it. Okay, so now we got to talk about the Buffalo Bills and some of the moves that they made. All right. So biggest news this weekend, hands down, has to go with the Ed Oliver extension. Now, don't get me wrong. I was sort of surprised that he ended up bringing home this amount of money for the contract extension going into it. For the longest time, I not only saw him as being a trade candidate, I even saw him being a surprise release candidate as well. Don't get me wrong. He's had his flash plays. He's had his flash couple of games. But realistically, he's only averaging about one pressure per game throughout his entire career. I think.
And before you go any further, Dan, you mind if I just say something about this topic?
Say something.
Because I had Bills fans the nerve compare Ed Oliver to Quinnen Williams a couple years back.
No.
Oh, I remember those Bills fans. Ed Oliver's better than Quinnen Williams. Oh.
He doesn't even like hold a candle to him. And
same thing they do with Richie. Same thing they do with Tua and Josh Allen. They'll learn.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, listen, I'm trying to be like realistic here.
The only reason why they made those comparisons is because 3rd overall pick was Quinnen, 9th overall pick was Ed Oliver. Bills fans like, oh, we got the better defensive tackle at 9. Yeah. I went to college upstate New York at this time, so that's where it came from.
Okay, that's when you were hearing it. So my biggest complaint about him is that he's not the type of defensive tackle that's going to make the guys next to him better. He is somebody that is going to play great, but it all depends on who is next to him in order that he is going to progress and show out. I'm saying like he has a good opportunity of playing well this year because I'm still very high on Daquan Jones. I'm still very high on Poona Ford as well. That's going to be his mate on the opposite end of that defensive tackle line as well. And I think he's going to eat. I really do. But I was just sort of confused about the money. That extension was solid because it did end up creating some additional cap for us. I'm very hopeful that he's going to be able to live up to that money. I really hope he's not one of those players that once he gets his payday, he just stops putting in 110%. But I'm sort of indifferent. I did like the money that it did create because I am a huge fan of that Leonard Floyd pickup outside of LA. Past couple of years, he's averaged 9.5, 10 sacks. I'm not trying to get too excited about it because he also was on a line where Aaron Donald was legitimately right next to him. So is he going to have and put up those exact same numbers in Buffalo? He's going to have to make me a believer. I'm going to have to see it. But I do like what Brandon Beane has been doing, trying to replenish that defensive line and put in as many pieces as possible to sort of put a Band-Aid on our defensive line as we wait for Von Miller to come back. A few weeks ago, he guaranteed he'd be back by week 6, and Brandon Beane is saying that he's hoping for a week 1 return. But at the end of the day, I'm not seeing week 1 whatsoever. Ed Oliver and Leonard Floyd bolstering up that defensive line has been great. One of the better stories is that with DeMar Hamlin, he is officially practicing. There's no red shirt, there's no non-contact. He legitimately was helmet on, full participant, and he is back. And it's a wild thing to imagine, especially considering what happened this past January. That dude's back out in the field and he's playing football. It was definitely a feel-good story. Loving the chemistry I've been seeing with some of our new wide receiver pieces as well. Love Deontay Hardy, Sherfield, I know, who TD misses considerably, has been meshing very well right within our offense. And then Dalton Kincaid continues to impress. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to give you strong takes of how I see this offense progressing because, as Richie mentioned earlier, shorts and T-shirts for the past couple of weeks. So we're going to have to see how minicamp goes and then also leading up into training camp before I start giving some really hot and reasonable takes. Ed.
Boom.
Ed can't fall off. Bean has outs the first few years. Now listen, man, you know what? And so we don't need to explain the genius of Brandon Beane and how he structures contracts, okay? Our team's going to be in good shape. I am a little nervous because, like the Dolphins, we do have quite a few unrestricted free agents next year. We're not going to be able to bring everybody back. And there's a difference between a window and there's a difference between a full power window, right? There's a difference between a full roster power window and then there's a difference between a Super Bowl window. A Super Bowl window, as long as you have a decent play caller or a decent quarterback, that window is always going to be there. You're going to be a playoff team. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. They won a damn Super Bowl without a defense last year. It happens. Look at the Bengals from the year before. They made it to the Super Bowl without an offensive line. At the end of the day, as long as you have a quarterback that's top 5, top 3, your window of going to the playoffs and having an opportunity to raise the Lombardi is always there.
But they made it to the playoff. I mean, they made it to the Super Bowl, though, there.
That is a red herring. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm saying a window.
That's what you used in your example.
Goes into it. I'm saying that the Buffalo Bills, our window for a all hands on deck complete roster is this year. Next year gets a little bit more difficult.
Y'all still in y'all playoff losing window. Okay, I got you.
There was some OTA stuff I forgot to mention with the Jets is that they've actually been doing some other stuff outside of football related.
Were they smoking L's?
So they got a new handshake. Rodgers and Sauce got a new handshake, and it involves parents advisories. This is for fun.
They practice
right,
after they go 6-11. What they need to do.
$2.50. Get that $2.50 ready, because I'm taking that at your cut. You know that. Sauce and Rodgers having some fun out there. Ty Kendall, $5. Dan, when was the last time you drafted a Pro Bowler?
Last time was Trey White, Josh Allen. I can go on for days, brother. What you got to talk about? And so you got to be a Dolphins fan. And so when was the last time you won a playoff game? How about that?
Ouch.
Just send another 5 and tell me that.
When the last time you won a Super Bowl?
When was the last time you won a Super Bowl? 70?
Hey, at least I can answer it.
I mean,
me too.
At least I can answer it. It don't matter, but I can answer.
On my dad winning a spelling
the last time we won a Super Bowl was 1972.
Dude,
How about you? How about your team, man?
1969.
Hey, but Richie, it may be bad.
Things for me are when people flex on somebody else's accomplishments, or if somebody flexes on something they didn't even witness. But Dan
saw 4.
I'm gonna back Dan up here. You should only be bragging about championships you were alive to see.
That's what I'm saying.
Why are you doing that? Give us the one thing we can clap at on. Leave us alone.
That makes me a complete hypocrite because then I always brag about the Celtics championships that they won in the 50s and 60s.
Damn Boston fan.
You were alive during one of them, though. So you were
No,
alive
they
during
got
the
more
summer.
recent though.
And so
Yeah.
you have to be alive during.
I
one
can't
step
put
off.
into words how much I hate the city of Boston.
Dan
Okay,
said
I can't
Dan,
believe the amount of championships they've witnessed in their lifetimes. In my
Dan-
lifetime, someone my age growing up in Boston, I can't.
Dan
And
said
see,
you.
listen, man, Richie never brags about the
No.
Jets Super Bowl.
Hey
He's a
Dan, you
reasonable
funny.
person, and he
You
doesn't
funny.
get blamed.
Dan just said you have to at least be alive for one of them. Not a single Buffalo Bill fan in the history of this earth been alive for one of them.
Dude, somebody tweeted something today, like on like the Josh Allen like Madden cover, being like, "This is gonna be the best accomplishment that they have all year." And I said, "At least I was alive for it," which is absolutely facts. It was a
Oh
Dolphins,
my gosh.
by the way. Oh man, and like then like some dude, like someone had the audacity to come in and say, "Oh, dude," and so Tua's way better. And I say Tua's not even better than Skyler, fool. What you talking about?
Oh my gosh. Y'all know who the best quarterback in the NFL is. And y'all gonna see this shit.
Patrick Mahomes, come on.
You know what? I bet you Tua better than Josh Allen this year.
Oh, put your money where your mouth is.
What's the bet?
250, baby.
What's the bet?
250.
And so, okay. And so the only Dolphins fan, please put Glenn's super chat up here. Glenn is the only person that is allowed to brag on the Miami Dolphins Super Bowl. He is the only person, because he said last time he was on here, he was alive, he witnessed it. He is the only person that's allowed to. Everybody else.
I need my dad to come on here. Dad, where you at? Well, you were live for the 69 Jets. Come on, baby.
The only person that is allowed to brag on the Dolphins Super Bowl. It's because he witnessed it. That's the only.
He probably was like 2 years old.
Oh my gosh.
No.
I can't wait to go to this event and meet some of y'all Bills fans. Talk football with y'all, man.
Man.
See if I
So
can.
I'm a Bengals fan. So last time we won a playoff game was when we slaughtered the Bills, and it's been 5+ years since you drafted. And so a Bengals fan from South Dakota, I'm sure. Like, I mean, I'm sure that you've been rooting for the Bengals hard for the past 3 years. Get out of here, man.
Ty Kendall versus Dan Mitchell. We got a new rivalry brewing.
Yo, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
love it.
Holy hell.
I do want to say shout out though, Glenn. That was a very generous donation that you
Yes,
sent
it
in.
was,
Thank
Glenn.
you.
Thank you so much, man. You're the man.
Lynn the homie.
All right, we got something super. They're not super, but yeah, they're super in our eyes. We got some Patreon members ready to join.
Make sure that you put it in the community tab for our YouTube members as well. Richard, you put the link.
Okay.
Yeah, because Andy Johnson.
Look at this. We got a double call right now. We got Jimmy and Andy at the same time.
How do you guys
You're
feel?
live.
How do you feel about the Madden curse?
Let's go!
That
Bro,
shit's
Thank
dead.
you.
It doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist?
Now it
It
don't.
exists.
No, because Mahomes won it, Super Bowl. He was on a Madden. Brady won it.
So
he
Brady,
was on the cover.
so
I
Brady
mean,
won it the year afterwards, and then John Madden was on it the year after.
Good quarterbacks are immune to it. So, Dan, trust me, you got a lot to worry about, bro.
Oh man, dude.
Tons.
Casket and TD Finn's talk, dude. Oh my god.
So
Collapse.
you think he'll prove why he deserves the Madden cover this year?
I mean, so he already has.
I mean, you
He
have
already
to put
has. He's a
Josh. I mean, who
dog.
else are you going to put on a cover?
He's a dog, bro. He's like one of the
Jalen
best.
Hurts or Joe Burrow?
Yeah, but Allen's been in the league longer.
He's been in the
So
league
what?
longer. He's a
So
dog.
what? He ain't good. So what?
That Aaron Rodgers cover next year. That's gonna look nice.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Let me see
That's
it.
gonna look
I don't
nice.
see that happening.
The only way that happens if they win a Super Bowl or he's like really freaking good.
Nah, they'll put two on the cover.
Sauce is
sure
a
about
candidate
that?
for a cover in the future. Because he's loves Madden, he's a face of the Madden too. Well,
So,
Jimmy, what else you
Jimmy,
got for us, Jimmy?
GD, how do you feel about Messi taking his talents to South Beach?
That's right, baby. That's what we do.
Nobody
That's what we
watches
do.
the MLS, bro.
It don't matter. That's what we do. Numbers.
People watch
stars,
Messi.
man.
That's what we do.
TD doesn't know who Messi is.
Are you? Don't do me like that.
I don't think he does.
Are we talking about a whole different person or something?
Yeah, we're not talking about football. Or we are actually talking
Well,
about
we're
football.
talking about football.
Okay, he knows.
Football.
Football.
She don't know who. Oh my gosh.
What's his first name?
Lionel.
He does.
No,
Stop
not
it,
you,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I know Jimmy done gave it away. It is what it is. But it's okay. Y'all can question me. Put it like this. Put it like this. My boy Messi did an interview with Lil Wayne on the couch, and they were having a little fun. Go check that out. So
Oh, my God. That's
Yeah, I've
funny.
been following for years.
All right, Jimmy. We appreciate the call as always, and we'll see you when Rodgers on the cover next year.
Let's go, Man City.
Oh, Man City fan.
Yeah, so am I.
He would. You hear that,
Trash.
Jimmy? Master at work, Manchester fan too.
That's why he said that.
Trash.
Oh, okay.
Glenn,
Glenn,
Hello.
tell him. Talk to him, Glenn.
Hey,
oh, man.
hey, you know why? Hey, I found out why they put Josh Allen on the cover of the Madden.
Oh no, Glenn.
Uh-oh.
Why?
They don't increase the turnover rate this year.
Oh,
Hey, they don't increase it. I mean, a person that throws over 20 has over 20 turnovers is pretty bad quarterback. I mean, you had 20 in 17 games. He had like 22 turnovers, 5 in the dang red zone. I mean, he blows everybody out on that.
Super trash.
Yeah, I mean, 22 turnovers and stuff. He had 35 touchdowns. Okay, 22 turnovers.
man. Oh man.
He can't hold on to the ball and he can't throw it. And then you guys think, okay, it's just turnovers. You know, he only had 4 yards after catch. That's his average, 4 yards. That means that he is not throwing to open receiver or leading the receiver to open spot. He's throwing it to him, and then they have to go down on the ground. He's just trash.
Oh,
He
no.
can't even throw the receiver open. I mean, the Jets even had more, and the Patriots even had more yards after catch than he did.
I don't know what the Patriots did.
No, I'm telling you, the Patriots did. They were like 15th. Josh was 26 in the lead on yards after catch,
Preach.
which means he had slow receivers, or you were throwing them low to the ground every single time, and they had to go on the ground and pick it up to catch the ball.
Oh man. We have Dalton Kincaid now, though, man. We're good.
Oh, we got
Yeah, they got a rookie savior.
Oh my God,
Rookie the savior.
bro. The
Hey,
Dalton
go.
Kincaid ain't gonna call the coin toss.
Hey,
It ain't gonna matter.
remember you went in when I told that Jets out through Aaron, y'all went and looked it up. You could go look this one up too. It don't be true. Jets, Miami, and all of them had more yards after catch than what Josh did, and that's a big stat. I mean, the better teams have throws the man open, not Josh Allen. He don't throw the man open. He throws to the guy, and the guy has to go pick it off the ground, or he throws to the sideline. That's it.
That's what you
Glenn's
call
hitting you
above
some hard,
average,
cold facts, Dan. We got to let Dan respond to this. The floor is yours, Dan.
above average.
First off, Glenn, you're the man. Second off, I do believe that's more so of a front office coaching issue for putting out a bunch of not giving Josh Allen the speed that we have. And so, of course, the Dolphins had more yards after the catch because you have the 2 fastest receivers in the league on both sides. Of course.
But the Patriots had more yards after catch.
Yeah. Okay, you win.
And the Jets.
You win.
And the Jets. And they had
Garrett
real
Wilson.
trash quarterbacks.
Oh man, that's not a quarterback stat, but hey, man.
Wait. It does involve the quarterback, because if you throw a receiver open, then he could gain yards. If you're throwing it down at the ground or throwing it out of bounds every time, then no, he ain't gonna get no yards. But the best quarterback. Why do you think Mahomes is number 1 on yards after catch? Oh, that's not a real stat.
Yes, Travis Kelce.
But he's throwing them open. There's a difference from throwing them open.
He is throwing them
There's
open.
throwing
You're right.
them open. That everybody says Tua left a lot of yards on the field. Yes, they did, but so did Josh Allen. Josh Allen left a lot throwing it to the ground, and most of the time it's skipping to the damn receiver.
And Buffalo Bills fans ignore this stuff. They just think that they have the greatest thing ever.
No.
He has flaws, majorly.
He does. He turns the ball over and he doesn't throw to the receiver open. That is his 2 biggest flaws. I mean, you could say, yes, he only turned the ball over. He lost 5 fumbles, but he fumbled the ball 13 times.
Do you know that if Josh Allen didn't
So I
run
only care about lost fumbles. That's all I
if
care.
Josh Allen didn't run the ball, nobody would be looking at him as the quarterback he
Exactly.
is.
That's why he's on the cover.
Oh man,
They would-
I feel
they
bad
would-
for the Bills fans right now. Well,
they would
Glenn,
punt
we
the
gave you an
ball.
extension of your Josh Allen hate, so we appreciate you tuning in as always.
Well,
We got to get to the next
hey,
caller.
Okay, I already gave Richie his hate last time, so. Okay.
I thought you were coming
Talk to
after
you
me
guys
this
later.
time, so it's a little
No,
refreshing.
I told you I'll let you go this time.
I appreciate
Next time,
that, Glenn.
next time is Patriots.
All right, perfect. We'll see you next week then,
Okay.
Glenn.
All right, Glenn.
Thank you.
Yeah, he attacked my ass last week, so I'm happy that it's towards Buffalo this time.
So I do like until he schedules out like his roast.
Oh, he plans those stats.
We
I mean, there's
all
no
have
way
our-
he just said like off the top of
we
his
all
head
have our
that he
price.
knew this stat. He was planning this since last week. He had these stats written down in his notepad.
And so I would put him like next to Parks. Like say that like I had to rank like the Patreon contributor trolls like the best. Him and Parks are pretty close.
And look at Jimmy. He's a Jimmy. Jimmy just came on. Glenn, my fave Finns fan, came prepared and crushed it.
And prepared and crushed it. Look at that.
So we're gonna do. We have the last two callers are both Bills fans, so we're gonna have them both on at the same time.
There he
Let's
is.
go. You cover that. What up, baby? How you doing?
Window
man.
closed.
See ya.
Window ain't closed, and
Hey, Alan, what
the
up?
previous guy was incorrect. Josh Allen does not have yards after the catch. Because
I
he
just
didn't
love
hit
how they
guys
gotta
at
come up
5
with
and the
these
1 yard line.
insane.
Go ahead. Hey, Josh Allen's hitting guys at the 5-yard line, and they're walking in the end zone on Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard. That's how it works.
And
They
you know,
don't- they don't
they
have
come
any
up with
yards
these
out there.
insane
They're getting
stats
hit right
to prove
there.
he's not good.
You,
The dude's
you
been
lie to
the top
yourself,
three
you a lie to
offense the last
whoever.
4 years.
If
Like
you
TV,
lie to
lie to
yourself,
whoever.
you a lie to whoever.
Wait. Let Andy speak. Andy, what were you
Best
gonna say
advice
about
you could
it?
ever give yourself, TD.
Stop lying to yourself, bro.
Hit him, Andy. Hit him.
I
I
said
love it.
you come up with these little insane stats to prove he's not a good quarterback, but he's been a top 5 offense the last 4 years.
He's above average, bro.
And he has the most touchdowns in the first 5 years of an NFL career.
He's above average.
Exactly.
He's a good
Well,
quarterback.
Okay.
He's top
He
3.
has the most touchdowns because of his rushing.
And
And so Matt
Listen,
And
Josh
Rushing,
Allen-
I mean, that's a good thing. They got any touchdown.
Yeah,
passing or
I'm
rushing.
not
Touchdown,
knocking his.
touchdown.
That's his
He's the
superpower,
fix.
running the ball, and I give him credit for that. That's all he is as a regular
No,
pocket
it's not only that.
quarterback.
He's getting
That's on the league.
He
35
throws
touchdowns
35 plus
last-
touchdowns a
As
season.
a regular pocket quarterback, he's above average.
35
Okay?
touchdowns the past 3 years.
And guess what? He should be averaging 50 with all the opportunity he leave on the field,
Nah.
and that's what y'all don't understand. That's what y'all don't understand.
Yeah, you're just jealous.
Tell him.
Well, why am I going to be jealous? We got a better quarterback.
Because you need a quarterback. Your
got
quarterback
a
isn't
better
going to make
one.
it through the year.
We got a
Your
better
quarterback
one.
needs a camera on his helmet to see downfield.
That's just for research. He trying to help people like
That's
Josh
just
Allen.
very
Yeah,
sad.
marine biology.
That's right. Listen, man. At the end of the day, y'all know y'all winning 9 games and you're trying to lash out at me. It
9
is what
games
it
in
is.
the last 10.
We
yeah.
averaged 10 wins a season since after his rookie year.
Well,
Good
after
luck
this
with
year, it's going to be 9.7 since his rookie
He
year.
averaged more than 10 after his rookie years. Like 12.
I think
all
this
right,
was
guys.
timed perfectly to have both these two Bills fans coming in after Glenn roasting the Bills and Josh Allen. I think that was perfectly timed.
Glenn, I like Glenn. Glenn talks shit, and I appreciate that. That's great. But it was incorrect, to say the least.
He's coming back. Glenn's back in the chat.
Yeah, cool.
Mm.
How many running QBs have won the Super Bowl? Russell Wilson? Anybody?
He ain't no running quarterback, man. He don't run like Josh Allen. He talking
He doesn't
about
run like Josh.
Run.
He
You're
runs.
talking about run first.
No.
Because he doesn't
you
run,
run
like him doesn't mean
first.
he doesn't run.
Josh ain't
run first. We're talking about guys who got 3 to 5 plays a game, literally called for them to hike the ball and take off.
So?
That's
what we're talking.
I
How many
wouldn't-
of them? How many of them won a Super Bowl?
Passing.
I wouldn't necessarily
won?
say he's a run first quarterback, but he does
No.
use his running as a
No, but Tyson, they have designed plays.
Yeah, that's what
Hike
I
the
meant.
ball and Josh Allen go.
If
As
Josh
I
Allen didn't have the mobility and the running capability that he does, I think he would be a below average quarterback because he wouldn't be able to go through that in his arsenal. He wouldn't have that in his arsenal. And I think
Thank
the
you, and
older-
that's what holds defense is up.
The problem with what's going to happen with Josh Allen later in his career is when that ability eventually dissipates, is he's going to have to rely more like what Donovan McNabb and Cam Newton had to do, which is rely on their pocket passing ability. I don't think Josh Allen's career, his longevity is not going to hold up very long with his style of play.
He already said it. He already said it. He said, I don't want to run much anymore. I'm getting beat up. I need to stay in the pocket. That's what he said.
I want to evolve into a passer. More of a
Well,
passer.
he has to prove that he
But he's
can.
also a better passer than both those quarterbacks. So,
Well, I mean, the ceiling is not high who you're comparing him to, but if we're comparing him to some of the elite passers in the league, he's not up there yet.
I think he's pretty close. 4,000 yards every year the last 3 years. 35 touchdowns at least.
Yeah, but you have to understand that that's because his running ability keeps defenses on their feet constantly. So you're not able, because if you're playing a pocket passer, like for instance Tom Brady, you know that he's not going to run out the pocket and make plays with his feet, where Josh Allen goes outside the pocket and makes plays with his feet, and you don't know whether he's going to pass it or run it sometimes. So that gives that those stats are inflated because he has that arsenal in his, and he has that weapon in his arsenal.
And
When
you
that
gotta
weapon,
change the defense.
when that weapon, that running ability eventually fails, because the older he gets, the more hits he takes, the more careful he's going to have to be. He's not going to be able to do the stuff that he's doing every single season. So those numbers are going to drastically go down. You understand what I'm saying?
We're confusing running and scrambling. Like when TD said Russell Wilson's not a running quarterback like Josh. No, he's a scrambling quarterback.
Exactly.
And Josh will eventually evolve away from running so much into more of a scrambling guy.
No, Josh Allen.
Downhill. He scrambles already.
Let's get something straight. Josh Allen is not a good scrambler. Josh Allen gets when Josh Allen when Josh Allen
you're wrong there.
Let me finish. Let's talk about it. When Josh Allen needs to scramble, hold on. He always panics. That's when he makes his mistakes. That's when he throws his interceptions. That's when he's his worst. When he's running the ball, that's when he's great.
Really? Last year under pressure,
some of his best plays have come from him scrambling, TD.
I'm not talking about no. I'm not talking about back to pass. The defensive end forces him up, and he sees a wide open lane. All quarterbacks taking off and got wide open field. I'm talking about when it gets real hairy. He ain't getting man. He makes all his mistakes.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Josh Allen in the not last year against the Chiefs in the AFC divisional round, where it went to overtime. If you look at those touchdown passes to Gabe Davis, what did Josh Allen do? Remember, he slid out the pocket. Even against the Patriots last season, he slides out the pocket with his feet. Later in his years, when he gets older, he's not going to be able to make those same type of plays, which is why I believe that Josh Allen, his longevity is going to stem from, can he make throws by just sitting in a pocket and beating defenses with strictly his intelligence and his arm. Now, I'm not saying that he can't do that. What I'm saying is later down the line, we're going to see how good Josh Allen really is when that mobility eventually.
At that point, it's on the team to get the right offensive lineman to keep him clean.
Go pull up his interceptions. Go pull up his interceptions and see why they happening.
Pull up his touchdowns.
Go pull up. Yeah, that's fine. But go pull up his interceptions. Look at how much of them were simply because they made him.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta get back to work.
Peace out, Andy.
My guy. Yo,
I'll take Brett Favre over Tua any day of the week. And that's what Josh
I'm
Allen.
gonna give you a perfect example. Look at Joe Burrow's style of play. Now, he's not the scrambler like Josh Allen, but Joe Burrow can sit in that pocket and beat you with strictly the way he manipulates the defense with his eyes and the way he throws across his body. He sits in the pocket and does it. Josh Allen doesn't do that because he doesn't need to, because he has his legs, his mobility to get him out of those type of tight situations. So people saying that the pocket passer is dying obviously don't watch football, because you obviously never seen Joe Burrow throw.
Right there. That point right there, I agree. But the pocket passer is definitely not dying. But to say that Josh Allen can't throw from the pocket is foolishness, because he's done it against the Dolphins.
Yeah, nobody's saying he can't throw from the
pocket. He didn't do that against the Jets, though.
Nobody's saying he can't throw it from the pocket.
All right, we actually have a new caller coming in. We got to get to him. We've been debating this a little too long. But hey,
he a bum. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we appreciate it though.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it, man. We appreciate you. Love it, Tony B. Master at Work, Richie and TD, I love you guys, and I will be there for you to help you pick up the pieces when Josh Allen's 17 broken again. Tony, we appreciate you, brother.
What about me, bro? Is he don't love me?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
All right. Well, I think we have a new caller, Midnight Hood.
Midnight Hood, what up?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Great.
Doing well. Who you
Doing good,
represent?
man.
Who do I represent? The Bills.
Oh.
Guy. My guy. How's your night going, man? What you got for us today?
Well, everyone's talking about how the Bills are declining and
They're
that
not.
they're going to take a step back. They're not. Nope.
No.
They got better,
The-
actually.
The problem
All we
with
lost
the
was
Bills is
Jermaine
not
Edmonds.
taking a step back is can they make a step forward?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
they
they can make
They can still become stagnant and make, you know what I mean?
No, I see the way I see it is that they've got a couple new pieces on offense with the receivers they brought in from Miami and what was it, Houston?
New Orleans. What's from New
New
Orleans?
Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans. And then we got that rookie from last year that plays the slot that we're trying to develop,
Absolutely.
Plus the rookie this year, tight end.
That
So,
Dalton
yeah, I
Kincaid
think
is the first man.
Dalton Kincaid, yeah. So also we're gonna get D-Hop if we can.
Listen,
Oh,
the fall of Buffalo this year is going to be their interior defensive line because they have no depth, and teams are going to run the ball right up their throat.
We got no. We got depth.
That's how they
We
got
got-
beat last year by the Bengals.
We got Phillips.
No
we got
depth.
we got
Depth.
Jones. We got all kinds of depth.
Look
we
at
got
the way.
Forward.
No.
Yeah, we
Pay
got a lot of
attention.
depth there.
Go back and watch the Bengals game and how you guys lost. The Bengals were getting 5-6 yards a clip in the running game. That was technically your downfall because the Bengals were able to exploit the weaknesses within your interior line, and that's why they were able to gain 6-7 yards a clip, which made it easier for Joe Burrow to find wide open receivers. So
Yep.
if the Bills are going to try to take that next step, they got to fix that interior defensive line.
And they did
Well,
nothing.
the thing is that Jones was hurt that game. Then he's their best defensive lineman.
Injuries
He
happen
was.
to every team, bro. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was.
Then you need depth. Then you need depth.
That's what I
Well, we
just
have-
said. It's the depth. You have no depth in the interior D line.
We got lots of depth. We got Ford. We got all Phillips. We got all kinds of depth there. We even got guys on the practice squad. So
Mel
we're all right.
says it right here. Puna Ford, Phillips. Right, man?
Yeah, we got Poona
Yeah,
Ford.
we got
Y'all need to
got
stop,
tons
man.
of depth in the middle.
Oh, man.
I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about our linebacker corps because we're thin there. If anything.
I mean, no team's gonna. Everybody's gonna be thin at positions. It's up to
Yeah,
your
I mean,
star
y'all
players
kill
to.
me.
They
And they keep talking about Phillips and Ford. Phillips and
And
Ford was
Samuel.
terrible last year.
Well, Phillips was hurt a lot of the season. Just
Doesn't
like
matter. When he
most of their
played, he was
defense hurt last
terrible.
season too.
Like,
A
why
lot
do
of our
y'all
team
do
went
that?
down
Y'all
last year.
y'all
Crowder
go
went
off,
down in Miami. Come on.
y'all go off of names. When they
Yo.
were playing, they were trash last year.
Yo, TD, go tell them what a deep defensive line looks like and look up the Jets.
Well, yeah,
defensive
y'all
line.
defensive line deep. I ain't got nothing to
The
say.
Jackson, the
But-
Walton.
But I'm sorry. Poona Ford and Jordan Phillips, both of them were trash last year when they were
Man, we
playing.
got nothing to worry about.
And y'all want to use their name and throw it out there. No depth. We got Phillips and Ford. They were terrible. Like terrible,
Well, the
terrible.
team-
Oh my God! I
With
can't even
Ford,
believe y'all even.
with Ford, they had a new scheme they were running in Seattle, so he was going into a new scheme. So,
Oh,
and he probably didn't fit that scheme, and he's coming to Buffalo to fit a
Yeah.
scheme that we run.
Okay. Miraculously, Poona Ford's gonna be great now. And last year
He was 2
wasn't.
years ago and the year before that.
No, y'all living off
And
of
then
hope.
they changed. They got a new coordinator on defense and a whole new scheme. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
y'all.
changed philosophy.
Like I said, you're living off of names because they were absolute trash last year, and that ain't even an understatement. They were horrible last year.
Wait.
Well,
Let me just say one thing. I just want to say one thing. You know who was awful last year that a lot of people are holding on to the name? Xavier Howard.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
he doesn't have to play number one corner no more.
Richie, I've said that though. It is what it is. And he was the only corner on the field. It is what it is. He didn't play well. But you don't hear me up here saying he was dealing with the growing the whole season like he was, do you?
Well, Xavier Howard automatically is going to benefit from Jalen Ramsey being the opposite side of him. So he's not going to have all that pressure on him to guard the number one receiver, whoever is beating who on any given Sunday, because he has Jalen Ramsey to back him up.
Easily.
It's true.
So him being not the same Xavier Howard is irrelevant because he's still for a number 2 corner. If that's what they're going to put him at, he's probably the best number 2 corner.
Richard just bringing that up because he feel intimidated because of that weak corner that did 1 year of good play in New York. That bum sauce.
These guys, Midnight Hood. Listen, man,
we ain't going to get to that debate.
And so we will make sure that we prove them wrong during the season, like we do every year.
You know, you better hold Jordan Phillips.
Thanks for the call, my man.
We're big in the division. And every year, you're always disappointed. Every season, you're never taking the division from us. We're still number 1 in the division. You have to beat the best to be the best.
The division titles don't mean anything.
Don't worry, you put Jordan Phillips and Poona Ford on the field. We gonna beat you.
I need to make a Jalen Ramsey point before you get to this super chat. The Rams were the most decimated team when regarding to injuries last year, and they were absolutely terrible. So Jalen Ramsey had to garner a lot of that load of all those injuries on that defense. So him not being good anymore is
he was still ranked.
It's not the truth.
He was still ranked the top 5 corner despite that.
Yeah, I mean, some people just don't watch football. Can I say?
Casual.
That's all right. They're gonna learn. They're gonna learn this year.
Glenn, and so I respect all the teams in the AFCs. I just can't root for them to win unless it benefits Miami. So I'm not going to wish the other teams the best, but enjoy chatting with you all when RT doing offensive line rankings. I love it.
Next week. We hope we're trying to get that scheduled. Glenn, we appreciate another generous donation. The people are waiting for the next episodes to finish out our awesome series that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned, Glenn. We appreciate you. And then another one. Aren't the Fins fans living off names like Ramsey? Oh, he's exactly.
What did he say?
This is exactly what we were just talking about.
He act like Ramsey fell off though. Ramsey's still a top player in this league at his position.
Just not against Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Oh my gosh! What man? Like I said, you keep bringing up them 2 bums all you want. Where they gonna get you? The same place they get you every year.
Never said he's
same
not.
place.
Josh always beats him. All right.
I will remind people that the Rams went after Ramsey when they got him, and they loaded up and they won the Super Bowl with Stafford. So let's not act like
they won a Super Bowl.
They lived off of names. They got the names, the big names. Why are they big names? They are big names for a reason because they proven in this league that they competed at an elite level. So for people to say, "Oh, you're living off of names," I mean, you have to go out and get the best players available. So what the Dolphins did with Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey at the corner spots, I mean, that's a genius move at the end of the day, because if Xavier Howard is really regressing, you at least got 1 corner, and you don't have to put Xavier Howard on the best receiver, and they can switch in whatever scheme McDaniels schemes up with the defense coordinator they have. It depends on matchup. So, like I said, watch football, bro.
That's a good way to finish it off.
That is a great way to finish it off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of the AFC East Roundtable. Reminder, we just ended up selling 3 more tickets for Stripes. So that means that we have a total of 17 tickets left for the AFC East Roundtable event. It's going to include the bar event, the tickets as well when it comes down into it. So if you're interested, go on ahead and take advantage of this so you can sit down. This is going to be running. It's just 20 tickets and 3 have already gone. So if you want to join us, watch the Buffalo Bills and the Jets, sit with all 4 of us, take advantage. It's a solid deal. Trust me, you will not be sorry. It's going to be 1 for.
Comes with food, comes with drinks, comes with us being live for the first time together. We want to meet you. Let's go watch the Jets show what they're about on Monday Night Football on Rodgers' debut on prime time, baby. Let's go.
Hey, shout out to everybody who already purchased their tickets and everything, man. I'm gonna be honest, I'm overwhelmed by how many people are already going to be attending. It's pretty exciting. So I'm excited to meet a lot of you guys, chop it up, trash talk and have some fun with y'all. Maybe throw 1 or 2 back or something. I ain't gonna let y'all get me crazy out there. But I look forward to meeting a lot of y'all and having some fun with y'all.
I look forward to meeting you too, DD.
I don't know about that, Richie.
I don't know about that. Oh, man. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out. It's free. It takes less than half a second, and that is the best way of supporting this channel. Do keep in mind we are live every single 8 p.m. EST on Wednesdays. So mark your calendars. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an episode. See y'all next week. 200
likes. Come on, we're at 150. Smash that like button. We need 200 likes. We love you all.
Before we go, somebody in the comments section is talking shit. I already purchased my tickets. I already got my plane ticket. I'm going. It's already.
All four of us are gonna be there. You're gonna see all four of us live there, baby.
V, I bet you won't show your face at New York City and say it to my face. So we'll see.
Who said that in the chat?
Some dude named Rob V probably ain't even purchased a ticket. How about you purchase a ticket, and then we'll see who. Oh, your face is there. Okay, so I know what you look like now. So go to the event, right? Get a ticket or whatever if you haven't got one already, and you'll see me there.
My boy Hennessy's gonna be there.
I'll take a shot together.
Let's go. All right, we'll see Hennessy there.
Hennessy's gonna be there.
Yep, he'll be there.
That's what's up, man. All right, y'all. As y'all all know, Josh Allen is trash, and Jordan Phillips and Poona Ford. Yeah.